Hi everyone, this activity we're going to use the hole tool and figure out what types of holes there are. So first we're going to come and hit create and create our new component for this shape. We're going to hit OK. We're going to start a new sketch, and I'm going to start mine on our XY plane, this top plane, just so that it makes it easier for us to see what we're going to do next. I do actually need to make this into inches for this shape. So remember, we need to come to our document settings, open the little folder, hover over it with your cursor and hit change active units, choose inches and hit OK. All right, now in this sketch, we're going to create a circle. We're going to start it at the origin, so right at the middle. And this is going to be 4 inches. So I'm just going to type 4 and I'm going to hit enter. That's it for this sketch. So we're going to hit finish sketch over on the corner here. We're going to extrude this to make a disc that is 1.5 inches tall. Okay, when you extrude it to 1.5 inches tall, we get this little disc. We're going to need to make a new sketch on this top surface. Okay. From here, what we need is we're going to need points, we need dots for our hole tool to be on. So if you see our shape here, there's 5 different holes in this ring, right? And we're going to place the first one here, right? And then we're going to pattern it around. So we're going to actually learn 2 tools today. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to go to the create panel, I'm going to open it up, we're going to choose the point tool. So this creates a dot. So directly above our origin, I'm just going to click, I'm going to click, there it goes, and draw a point. Right, I want to dimension this, so I'm going to hit the dimension tool, I'm going to click the point, then I'm going to click the center of our circle, right, and I'm going to click to drop the measurement down. This is going to be 1.25, and I'm going to hit enter. Okay, I'm going to hit escape on my keyboard so that there's nothing on my cursor. If we go back to the drawing, if we see here, we have 5 holes evenly spaced around here. If you really wanted to, you could put 5 of them and remeasure everything. But what would be a lot easier would be to come to create panel and click this circular pattern. Okay, when you hit circle pattern, we can choose the object. So the object is what you want more of. So we click on the dot. There it goes for the object. And for our center point, we select that cursor, and then that's going to be the middle of our circle. And it's going to bring open this new panel that asks for the quantity. You can use the little arrows if you want, or you can type 5. So we need 5 here. If you wanted to change how far around it was going to go, we can change how many from that little arrow there, and we can also change the spacing if you wanted to. But for right now, we just need 5. We hit OK. We now have 5 little dots. So we're going to finish our sketch. Now we're going to start making holes with our hole tool. If you come up to our create panel here, there's the hole tool at the top usually. We're going to choose the hole tool. It asks to choose a sketch point. So I'm going to click on one of the first points that we have here. But now we need to know what type of hole we're going to do. If we come to our activity page, we have menus down here that show what your menu should look like. So we've chosen a hole, all right? We have these 3 chosen here. It's going to be a through hole, okay, and it's going to be 0.25 in diameter. So we're checking here, okay? It needs to change from distance through all. We have a flat point, okay, and this is going to be, it said 0.25 in diameter. So that we can check, looks like this. All right, we can hit OK. And if you notice, our sketch disappears. So we need to come over here and open our arrow for component, open our arrow for sketches, and then we can toggle visibility for our sketch by clicking the eyeball, this little eyeball icon. So now we can still see our points. So we're going to click the hole tool again. We're going to click on the next dot. We go look at our guidance. we have a counter bore that's through all. We still have the same two left over here. In our values, we have our counter bore diameter of 0.75, our depth of 0.25, and then our overall inner diameter of 0.375. So I come over here, we choose all, we choose counter bore. If you hover your cursor over it, it'll name it for you so you can see them. We're going to come here, and this was 0.75. Okay, 0.75. This was 0.25. And this one was 0.375. Okay, so again, we're going through and we're just matching the values in the fields here to what you have here. And we hit OK. Now this one looks just like that. Now if we scroll down, we have the next one is a countersink. So that's the last one in this first option. So we have all, countersink, and then we have our values. So 0.75, 82, 0.375. So we'll come here. Notice our dot stayed this time since we already changed visibility. We hit the hole tool. We'll choose our dot. We come over here and choose all. We choose countersink, and then we change our values. So this top one will be 0.75. We had 82 degrees, and then we had 0.375 at the bottom. And so this one's done. We hit OK. Now we just have two more. If we go back, we have a tapped hole. So if you see here, we have all, we have the first option, we have the third option, so tapped. Okay, we'll keep the first two, and then we have a couple things to do down here. If we come over here, we hit our hole tool, we choose our dot, we come back to all, our simple, this first option, our third, which is tapped, okay? And now this is where we need to double check the rest of this menu. If we come back to see what it should look like, it says ANSI unified screw threads, 0.25, 1/4-20 UNC. So that's the thread identification. So we have ANSI unified screw threads. That's good. We need to open this and put 0.25. And then it should change. Default is 1/4-20 UNC. Okay, this should be 1B right hand. We can double check. It says 1B right hand. So we're good to hit OK. Okay, this one has little threads, if you can see. All right, and our last one, we have our clearance hole. If we come into here, we'll see our final one. Excuse me. We have our first, it's a simple. We have the second option, which is cleared. Excuse me, goodness. And then we have to change what it asks for in the menu. I've deleted or kind of drawn out what's the measurement here, since that's added based on what you put in the menu. Okay, so we come back to Fusion as my voice dies. We choose hole, we choose our last point. Okay, we come back to our menu, we choose all because we want it to go through the whole thing. We have simple, we choose our clearance, okay, the second one. All right, we come down here, again, we're not paying attention to the number. We need to make sure these four things match what we have for our main menu. We have ANSI unified screw threads, hex head bolt, 1/2 inch, normal. Okay, so we come back here. We need to change it to ANSI unified screw threads. We come in here, it said hex head bolt. Okay, we can double check. It has to be a 1/2 and then normal. So this right now says 1/4, so we need to come up here and change it to 1/2 and stay normal and hit OK. So we'll talk a little bit more about what each of these holes are for at a different time together, but this is how you create them in Fusion. If you want to hide your sketch that has these points, come back into your browser and change the visibility. And that's it. Make sure to save your work.